I introduced you, I'm gonna say this is a friend of mine. That means you're a connected guy. Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you a main guy. A capiche?
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, hi, buddy.
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Oh, just finished practice.
Yeah. How's training camp going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of wall stuff.
You, uh, I don't know the right way to say this, so just hear me out. There are fighters that fight in the pocket. You fight so out of pocket, and it's so fascinating to watch and be sitting cage side and call your fights because it's like, wait, what did you just do? He just threw a flying knee. Nope, they're on the ground and he's got a try. What is going on? You are so fun to watch.
Oh, it's yeah. I guess I try to have fun. Uh, if camp goes right, then I'm a ball of energy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like when cardio's doing really fucking good. Um, yeah, I'm getting more daring, and
Oh, yeah.
also I know that like people don't see unorthodox shit coming.
Yeah.
Like it's the stuff they don't see coming is what hits them. I do some basic shit, one, two, three that they're trained that everybody's trained for since day one.
And
You
that's
know,
that's what it is. When Ed and I are sitting there, I've called two of your fights now, and both of them are just like, why are his hands so low? And then all of a sudden, nope, here comes a flying knee or a head kick, or just wait, what? And it's just so nuts, but awesome, but just nuts to watch you fight.
yeah. I when I get tired though, there's some of my fundamentals go down. Hands should not be fucking down. That's just me having
Yeah.
poor fundamentals. But
Your
yeah,
last fight against Sahib, when you had him in that armbar, it was right in front of me, and I saw how deep it was. Were you shocked that that dude wasn't tapping?
yeah. So if anyone who does enough a blue belt in jiu-jitsu knows, even white belts know, that if the thumb is pointed north, they can hitchhiker. Well, that dude hitchhikered with his thumb pointed south.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. He did it twice. But there's a omoplata where his hand touched his head. That didn't make fucking sense.
No.
I just,
Yeah.
yeah, me and everyone else watching was baffled. Dude must be double jointed or something.
When I was
Uh,
sitting cage side
but
watching it live, like that first armbar was nuts. And like I'm waiting for the tap and it's not coming. And somehow he gets out. And then, like you said, that omoplata, I was like, oh, well, this fight's over. Wait, what do you mean he got out? Like, what?
I would have tapped to it. I would
Yeah,
have tapped.
100%.
I would have tapped to that, dude.
Uh,
Uh,
I
shit.
I talked to your opponent and I told him the same thing I'm going to tell you. I am so excited for you guys to fight. I have called two of his fights. I think I've called two of yours. When I saw this matchup, I was like, oh, this is going to be gangster. Like, I don't want
Yeah,
anything to happen to our main event. But if something happened to our main event, this fight slides right into our main event because I feel both you guys are meeting at the right time, coming
yeah.
off of wins, coming off of he is also batshit crazy when he fights. So I really feel like I am so excited for this co-main event. How do you feel?
Um, I feel like it's definitely anytime I get put against a knockout artist, it's usually pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Um, so 24th, this is my 24th fight total, I think, including two kickboxing matches. I've never once been KO'd. Uh, so like when it comes to like knockout artists, even if they're doing really fucking good against me, I keep going. I've got one of those gifts of it's like a gift and a curse because
Yeah.
I keep taking damage. And I know at some point I'm gonna have to like be like, okay, I need to get my brain checked out. Like I spent so many amateur fights not getting taken free brain damage, and yeah,
I
it's
I said that during your last fight. I said that on commentary. You have a very Forrest Griffin quality where you'll take a punch to get to the guy to fuck him up, but then also I don't know if it was your nose or your mouth, but something got touched up and you were
oh
a little
I
bloody.
was
And
yeah, it was like Harry Potter scar.
that's right. But there was a noticeable difference that like as soon as you saw your own blood, there was this switch of, oh,
Oh
you're
yeah.
here for murder.
Dude, I remember there was a moment in the last fight I was like dripping blood on him from my mouth, and it made me like stop for a moment and like kind of space out at the drip. And then Marcus, my coach, is like, "Oh, it's okay. We like blood." And I looked at him and I looked back at him, and just like sprayed it and just got back to fighting. But yeah, that was a weird moment in the fight where it's just like, "Oh, what?"
That's a lot of blood. Wait, that's my blood. Oh, I need to be fighting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
How did you find your way to jiu-jitsu, MMA, wanting to punch people in the face? How'd you find your way there?
um, 14 years old, started wrestling, and I've always been an athlete since 5 years old. Um, Constantly in sports. Um, and I fell in love with wrestling, and any kid that's got to let out some issues is gonna love like roughhousing and
Yeah,
love,
fair.
I've always been like that kind of kid that roughhouses and stuff, and wrestling was my love, and I'd always wanted to experience like, you know, actual fighting. I've always been a violent kid, not necessarily confrontational, but like just loving violence, like a dog chasing a bone. And when I was 18, or yeah, I was 18, and 17. I bought two pairs of boxing gloves and started making my friends fight me. And then like that carried on to like, drunk parties, drunk people fighting me, just taking my gloves everywhere.
Nice.
In the army, tough guy soldiers boxing me. And then finally got like real training when I got out of the army. But always loved it. Didn't see like fighting as a realistic profession, just a hobby until like my second fight in. I knew I was like special. Well, we're all special enough to like, go do extraordinary things, but kind of like something clicked. Something clicked at my second fight that like this is totally something I could do.
Nice.
You know?
Nice. What
Society doesn't really raise us to think being a professional athlete is like a reachable goal, or a realistic like avenue to go down.
yeah.
And that's stupid. I think I woke up at some point.
I'm just picturing you like in the ring or in the gym sparring or something, and you get punched, and there's the click of like, oh hey, I want to do this.
I think it's overcoming the punch
Yeah, that's right.
that
You
I'm
get
like,
punched and you're still standing, and that's when you're like, hey, I want to do this.
I'm really proving something to myself here.
Right. I feel I get what you're saying. Like this is personally for me, like it's the reason I love jujitsu so much is you like you and me are agreeing, hey, we're gonna do this thing. The only outcomes are nap, tap, or snap. At some point, you're going night night, something's breaking, or I have to admit to you, hey, you're the better man right now. And it's not an ego thing. It's just there's half a million times you in the gym, me in the gym. I get tapped by dudes all the time, but I also get that guy, and so there's just something primal in us that is like you have to let that out. And for some of us, letting that out has to be in a cage with a mouthpiece, and I'm going to prove I'm better than you tonight.
Yeah, there's I can't explain really too much like why it's such a beautiful thing. Um, Always loved like, the coordination of dancing, but it's, you throw in uh some extra difficult,
Yes.
obstacles, but I mean, which is another human being trying to kill you. Yeah.
Just that awkward thing, another guy trying to kill you.
When like two little kids are like wrestling against each other, it's just you could see that it's just a part of our nature. And
Yeah.
it's kind of dumb to fight that nature or, look down on it, it embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you train out of Impact. You train with Brian Nero, right?
No, but I have. So there's like so many impacts, right? I
Oh,
mean,
I didn't know there's so many.
I'm in Hillsborough Impact. So there's Hillsborough, Beaverton, Sherwood, McMinnville, Mount Hood area. Did I
Oh,
say some of
okay.
them already? Shit, I'm at 6 already off the top of my
I didn't know
head.
that. Honestly, I thought there was one.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least like 7. I just listed off like 6, and there's more.
There's more. What
Impact's
does
great, but so I'm at
how
Hillsborough Impact. Journey Newsom's coaching there now, which
how
is pretty cool.
how long have you been at Impact?
I think since like 2017.
Oh, for a
I've
minute.
been, yeah, like during my first, and I spent like 3 or 4 fights. My first 4 fights were not with Impact. I was co-owning Sharks MMA. It was Machado Jiu Jitsu before that. When that ship sank, I ran to Impact because I knew Richard, the owner, and
Yeah,
yeah, he's an amazing guy.
nice,
Um, but yeah, I brought as much Sharks MMA business over to Impact, and yeah, jumped on that on their ship.
nice.
And it's been a really good decision.
When, if
Doing
ever,
that
did were
since
you
2017.
introduced to the UFC?
Like when I was in middle school, watching it on TV.
So yeah, so you weren't fighting yet.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no. I was dreaming about it.
fair. So who back then did you like watching, and who do you like watching now?
Dude, I watched like just a self-defense video of Boss Rutan being funny
Yes.
as hell, being the most funniest guy ever at like the age of 13 or 14 or 15, whatever, however old I was. And I thought that was the best shit ever. And being like a violence thirsty kid, I just, yeah, I had to learn that stuff.
Yeah. Especially with
Yeah,
his
Boss
open
Rutan,
palms, just bitch slapping people.
yeah, yeah, not hitting their liver with like just like a fucking
Yeah.
side of his palm.
Yep.
Uh, Yeah, yeah. Boss Rutan's my all-time hero as far as like, favorite fighters. Yeah, Boss Rutan all the way.
Nice. Who do you like now?
Oh shit. Volkanovski's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley's awesome. Taporia's great, but I hate him for some reason. I don't know why. I think his face is stupid. Uh,
It's weird that we have those, right? It's like someone can be so good, and I'll admit, like, yeah, you're good, but for some reason, I can't fucking stand you.
I want to smack that smirk off his face. He'd fucking kill me though. He's
Yeah, you fucking kill me though. Uh, when you're in training camp and you're cutting weight and all that, do you have a cheat meal you look forward to earning and getting it at some point throughout a week?
Bro, oh, I cheat the whole fucking camp, dude. I eat pizza and wings, soda, Dr. Peppers. I'm not, yeah, but like I'll have to like, I went from like 155 now to 145 just by eating a ton at night and then kind of starving throughout the day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Eat so much at night that, my stomach only gets so full and I make sure it's satisfied,
Nice.
but I still just like gradually got down to 145 and then I started balancing out my meals again. And um yeah, past couple weeks been really disciplined with like making sure my gut health is good because I know I spend forever eating shitty and then maybe
Yeah.
wait too long to get back start really taking care of it. But yeah, like taking probiotics, taking uh supplements in my smoothies,
Yep.
making sure I'm getting the fiber. Just make sure I get it all in the smoothies.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because you just chug it
But
down, it's in there. I'm good.
yeah, yeah, cool. I got my vitamins.
All right. Last question. When you were a little kid, what movie was constantly on repeat that you were constantly watching? Like it was over, you press play and you were watching it again. What was your favorite movie when you were a kid?
I think all the Batman movies in the
Nice.
90s. In the 90s, yeah, those ones. I'm
Nice.
34. I'm 34 now.
Nice.
So the shit I watched was in the 90s.
Yeah,
But
100%. So do you agree with most of us like me? Like Michael Keaton's the best Batman?
I don't know.
What do you mean you
Every single
don't
one of
know?
them, every one of them's great. Every single one of them's great.
I will agree with that because it was like, hey, it was Batman on screen. So like, here we go. It's good. Let's go.
They always end up being the same guy.
Once they put the mask on, you're Batman. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, the fuck, I can't even remember the exact ones, but Christian Bale did fine, and then there was that emo dude, still did great.
Yeah, fair. I think George Clooney was the only one that was like, really? But
Yeah.
it still was
I
an
think
okay
most,
Batman.
I think most are us fighters looked up to people like Batman and James Bond and guys like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So those were my stereotypical heroes.
That's
It's
fair.
like people I want to grow up to be like. Yeah, I'll be the handsome badass who gets women.
Hey, I don't know about the getting women, but I can say I've sat cage side. You are the handsome badass that fucks dudes up in the cage.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Uh, I'm glad we finally there's literally the first time we were doing this. I didn't know there's a little switch on like the side of my computer. It looks like a button, and apparently that covers my camera lens. So the first time we were trying to do this, my camera lens was covered, and I did not know
Wow.
that until the next morning. I was like, "What does this do?" And I flipped it, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So that was my bad. And then you had training stuff, so I'm glad we did get to do this, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It freaking took jumping through hoops to
Uh,
finally get it going.
hey, we got to do it, and that's what's important. Training camp went well for you, and I will see you up there on fight day.
Yes, sir. All right, dude. Check you later.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, the show is presented by Combat Games MMA.